Because aging isn't just about the passing of time, it's about how you meet each day when it arrives. So today, I'm going to share 6 simple but powerful morning habits that older adults around the world are using to stay strong, alert, and active, not just living longer, but living better. These habits are gentle, safe, and rooted in both science and lived wisdom. And yes, they can make a difference even if you've never done anything like this before. But I want you to stay with me until the end, because there's one habit almost everyone overlooks, even though it may be the most important one of all. It's the habit that can add not just years to your life, but life to your years. So take a breath, get comfortable, and let's begin the journey to brighter mornings, stronger days, and a more vibrant, energized you. Wake the body without strain. When you first wake up, it can be tempting to lie still for a few more minutes, especially if your body feels stiff or your joints feel hesitant. But those early moments are the perfect time to ease your body into motion, slowly, gently, and deliberately. As we age, especially after 65, the body produces less joint lubrication overnight. Blood flow is slower, muscles tighten, and balance can be unsteady. That's why the first movements of the morning matter so much. Gentle movement before getting out of bed can help reduce stiffness, improve circulation, and prevent that lightheaded feeling many people experience when they stand too quickly. Think of it as waking your body the same way you'd wake a sleeping child, softly, patiently, with kindness. You don't need to sit up or strain. You can do these while still lying comfortably. Why heavy? Point and flex your toes. This wakes up the feet, calves, and circulation. Why heavy? Slowly circle your ankles. This improves balance and prevents tripping. Why heavy? Roll your shoulders, releasing tension stored overnight. Why heavy? A gentle spinal twist, easing lower back tightness. Why heavy? Reach your arms overhead, expanding the lungs and opening the chest. Each movement sends a message through your nervous system. You are safe. You are supported. You can move with ease. And that message changes how the rest of your day unfolds. Let me tell you about Henry, a 73-year-old friend of mine. For years, his mornings felt like a battle. His knees resisted. His back protested. His confidence dropped. He used to say, "I feel like I'm aging fastest in the first 5 minutes of my day." But everything changed when he started with gentle movement before standing. Within a week, he noticed less stiffness. Within a month, he felt steadier on his feet. Within a year, he said something beautiful. "Mornings don't scare me anymore." That's the power of small, intentional motion. And here's something many people don't realize. Gentle movement in the morning also helps. Why heavy? Reduce the risk of falls. Why heavy? Improve posture throughout the day. Why heavy? Wake up the digestive system. Why heavy? Lower inflammation. Why heavy? Increase confidence and independence. You are not forcing the body. You are inviting it. If anything hurts, stop. If something feels good, stay with it. If you need to move slowly, that's perfect. There is no right or wrong pace. What matters is consistency. Because the people who age with freedom, the ones who stay mobile, steady, and active, are not the people doing intense workouts. They are the ones making small movements, every day, with intention. So tomorrow morning, before reaching for your phone, before standing up too quickly, before telling yourself you're getting older, give your body this gift. Move gently. Breathe slowly. Let your body wake up like the sunrise, gradually, gracefully, and with promise. Small movements add up to big freedom, and it starts right here. Replenish what the night stole. During the night, while you sleep, your body works quietly in the background. Your organs repair, your brain cleans away metabolic waste, your lungs and skin release moisture, and your cells use up stored hydration, even though you're not aware of it happening. By the time morning arrives, your body has gone 6, 7, sometimes 8 hours without a sip of water. And here's something most people don't realize. As we age, especially after 65, the body's natural thirst signal becomes weaker. That means you can be dehydrated without actually feeling thirsty. So when many older adults wake up feeling tired, foggy, stiff, or heavy, they assume it's age, when in reality, it's often dehydration quietly affecting the body. Just one small glass of water in the morning can make a noticeable difference. It doesn't have to be large, even a modest amount is enough to begin. White heavy checkmark improving alertness. White heavy checkmark lubricating the joints. White heavy checkmark supporting digestion and bowel movement. White heavy checkmark helping the heart stabilize blood pressure. White heavy checkmark reducing that heavy morning fatigue. Water is the body's first fuel, not caffeine, not breakfast, not supplements. It's the simplest, most natural way to tell your body, it's time to wake up. You have what you need. You can start the day strong. Let me tell you about Barbara. She's in her late 70s, bright, social, full of life. But she used to wake up every morning feeling slow, drained, and mentally dull. She blamed it on aging, on sleep, on the passing years. It wasn't until her doctor suggested drinking water first thing that everything changed. She began keeping a small glass beside her bed, and within days she noticed. Her mind felt clearer. Her mood was lighter. Her mornings didn't feel like a struggle. She didn't change her diet. She didn't add new vitamins. She didn't overhaul her lifestyle. She just hydrated, before anything else. Sometimes the most powerful habits are the simplest ones. And here's something fascinating. Hydration in the morning also supports memory, heart health, circulation, and even balance. Because dehydration can make you feel dizzy when standing up. Many older adults think they're losing strength, when really their body just needs water. This isn't about chugging. It isn't about forcing yourself. It's about making hydration a ritual, a gentle signal of renewal. You can. White heavy checkmark sip slowly. White heavy checkmark drink room temperature water to avoid shocking the system. White heavy checkmark add a slice of lemon if you enjoy the flavor. White heavy checkmark set a glass out the night before as a reminder. And here's one more helpful tip. Before coffee, choose water. Caffeine can dehydrate you further, especially first thing in the morning. Water prepares the body so that coffee becomes enjoyable instead of draining. So tomorrow morning, before the rush of habits, Before the news, the phone, the tasks, or the routines. Honor your body with hydration. Feel the water wake your cells, refresh your mind, and gently bring your body back to life after the quiet work of the night. Because what the night takes, the morning can restore. Cite moment. If you're still with me and finding this helpful, comment water below so I know you're watching and taking in these steps. Your engagement helps this message reach more people who need it, and it tells me you're committed to caring for your body in a deeper, more intentional way. Reset your body clock for longevity. After you've gently moved your body and given yourself hydration, there is another powerful yet often overlooked step that can transform your mornings and your aging process. And it takes almost no effort at all. Simply invite light into your day. Just 2 minutes of natural daylight exposure, even through a window, even on a cloudy morning, can signal your brain that a new day has begun. That signal resets your internal body clock, known as the circadian rhythm, which controls energy, sleep, hormones, digestion, and even cognitive function. For younger people, the circadian rhythm is strong and self-regulating. But after the age of 65, things begin to change. Melatonin production shifts. Sleep becomes lighter and more fragmented. The internal clock becomes less precise. The brain requires stronger morning cues. That's why so many older adults struggle with waking up tired, falling asleep too early, staying up too late, or waking multiple times throughout the night. Morning light is nature's solution. Just a few minutes of daylight exposure can. White heavy check mark regulates sleep cycles. White heavy check mark improve mood and emotional steadiness. White heavy check mark increase daytime alertness. White heavy check mark reduce the risk of insomnia. White heavy check marks support memory and cognitive health. White heavy check marks strengthen immune function. In fact, researchers studying aging have found that older adults who receive morning light consistently experience sharper mental clarity, better balance and coordination, reduced feelings of loneliness, more stable energy throughout the day. Light tells the body, "You are awake. You have purpose. It's time to live." And here's the best part. You don't need to go outside if mobility is difficult. You can. White heavy check marks sit by a window. White heavy check mark open the curtains. White heavy check mark stand at the doorway. White heavy check mark look out at the morning sky. Even filtered daylight is enough to stimulate the brain. If you can step onto a porch, a balcony, a garden path, or simply outside your door, even for a minute, the benefits become even stronger. The fresh air, the shift in temperature, the sound of the world awakening, all of it tells your nervous system, you belong to this day. Let me share a small story. There's a man named Walter, 82 years old, who spent years waking up groggy, napping through the day, and lying awake at night. He thought it was just age. But a sleep specialist told him to do one thing. Open your curtains the moment you wake up. Walter began sitting in his favorite chair beside the window each morning, letting the daylight rest gently on his face. Within weeks, his sleep deepened. His mood lifted. His energy returned. He said, "It feels like my body finally remembers what morning is." That is the power of light. It is not forceful. It is not demanding. It is not exhausting. It is simply a quiet reminder that life continues and you are part of it. So tomorrow morning, before turning on the television, before scrolling on a phone, before diving into tasks, give yourself this gift. Look outside. Open the curtains. Let the light touch you. Because for the aging body, light is more than brightness. Light is medicine. Humans live longer when they feel connected. As the morning continues, there's one final habit that has nothing to do with muscles, vitamins, or mobility. It has to do with the heart, not the one that beats, but the one that feels. A connection moment. It doesn't need to be dramatic. It doesn't need to be social. It doesn't even need another person physically present. It can be as simple as white heavy check mark sending a short message to someone you care about. White heavy check mark saying good morning to a partner, neighbor, or family member. White heavy check mark petting a dog, a cat, or even a bird that chirps when it sees you. White heavy check mark looking at a framed photo of someone you love or miss. White heavy check mark whispering a blessing for someone going through a hard time. White heavy check mark smiling at a memory that still warms you. White heavy check mark stepping outside and greeting the world itself. Why does this matter? Because connection releases oxytocin, the hormone of bonding, and oxytocin lowers blood pressure, reduces inflammation in the body, supports immune strength, protects the heart, improves memory, reduces anxiety, extends lifespan. Doctors don't prescribe it. Pharmacies don't sell it. But the body produces it. When the heart feels linked to life. After 65, many people unknowingly begin to shrink their world. Children grow up. Friends move away. Loved ones pass. Social circles fade. Independence changes. And loneliness, even quiet, invisible loneliness, can be as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. But here's the beautiful truth. Connection doesn't require crowded rooms. It doesn't require being extroverted. It doesn't require being physically strong. It requires only one thing. Acknowledging that someone or something matters to you. Meet Eleanor, 82 years old. She didn't realize her health was declining because of isolation. Her mornings felt heavy, slow, and gray. Then her granddaughter suggested something simple. Each morning, send one message, just one, to anyone in the family. It could be, thinking of you. Hope you slept well. Have a beautiful day. Within weeks, Eleanor's energy improved. Her mood brightened. Her memory sharpened. She laughed more. She felt alive again. Why? Because humans aren't designed to live only with oxygen. We are designed to live with connection. Even 10 seconds matters. Even a moment of warmth counts. Even a tiny interaction can change the chemistry of your day. So ask yourself, who crossed your mind just now? Who haven't you reached out to in a while? Who would smile if they heard from you? Or, who do you want to feel closer to? And if no one comes to mind, that's okay too. Connection can also mean sparkles talking to yourself kindly. Sparkles thanking your body for another day. Sparkles placing your hand on your chest and breathing sparkles acknowledging that you are still here, still growing, still needed. Because the first connection is always the one you form with yourself.